To kick us off, Jay's in southeast London. He's here to rifle the rubbish of professional garden designer and landscaper Danny Clark. Danny is well known for presenting his own series The Instant Gardener, as well as hosting coverage of the iconic Chelsea Flower Show. He lives in a top-floor flat that's furnished with all manner of eclectic items. But where does he keep his rubbish?
I'm really looking forward to Jay coming here because I think we're going to have a lot in common. Because I know that he's into upcycling and I'm the same. I hope he does find a few little nuggets, but then having said that, I just hope his eye isn't that keen, if you know what I mean.
Hello?
Hi, Danny, it's Jay.
All right, Jay, let you in.
Cheers, mate.
Jay's here on the hunt for two items that he can transform and hopefully turn into a profit.
How do, Danny? All
Hi,
right.
Jay. How are you? Great to see you.
Likewise. Is that one of yours, yeah?
It is. It's my garden. But don't tell anyone, will you?
It's looking a bit bleak, isn't it?
Mum's the word. Your secret's safe with us.
Come in. Come
Well
in.
done. Well, this is nice, what you've got in here. It's a bit eclectic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and that's why I was looking forward to you coming around.
One thing that sticks out to me is that I love bright neon colours and that. Well, you've got a plant there as well. Look at that.
Yeah, you don't really want to be looking at that because that's looking a bit sad. So we don't really want to be going
I thought
into
you were
that.
supposed to be a gardener.
Let's talk about the neon light instead,
All right,
shall
OK,
we?
all right.
And how
no
lovely
problem.
that colour is.
So then how long have you been doing the gardening?
20 years. I started off maintaining gardens.
Right.
All right, and then from maintaining gardens, I always liked design, so I enrolled at a college and did a design course, and then that gave me a confidence to be a designer. It's a bit like interior decorating. Someone wants their interior sort of redone.
Yeah.
I go in and I redo people's gardens.
So you're an interior decorator outside?
Exactly.
Well, I hope you followed that. Right, Jay, let's get the trash search started.
Here we are, Jay. This is the spare room.
That's nice. So what's the story behind the trunk, then? I've got my eye on that.
I thought you might have your eye on that somehow.
I've got to have a look, you know.
He was a client of mine.
Yeah.
He basically didn't want it.
And he
Would
was
you
throwing
believe
that
it?
out?
And he was throwing it out. This was a few years ago. And, yeah, just goes to show.
I could see a few things in there that I've kind of got my eye on. I want to have a...
I tell you what, let's go and look in the other room. I've got something else to show you.
OK, all right.
With the trunk staying put for now, there's plenty more places for Jay to rummage.
I do like this. Leather suitcase. Looks like he's hiding all the good stuff away from me. It's a nice chest underneath there.
Maybe we should move away from the antiques and look for something more up your street, Jay.
It's very nice. So, Danny, in this room,
Yeah.
I've had a good little look, but this is the baby. Not the suitcases, that one.
Not this?
No, not that.
Oh, that?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not getting used, is it? What's the story behind that?
That's my dad's old rocking chair.
No. Seriously?
Yeah, it's from the 70s.
Since Danny moved house, he's struggled to find a place for his dad's old chair.
You can have that with my blessings.
Thank you, sir. That's
Great.
very kind of you.
Jay is in luck.
So this rocking chair, it's a rocking chair that's not rocking anymore. It's just stuffed in the corner. But the potential it's got is amazing. A little bit of effort, it's going to be a winner. And rocking again.
Jay has his first item in the bag. Danny's dad's old rocker. From smart suburbia to a rural retreat just outside Bristol, Sarah is about to begin her rummage for rubbish. And eagerly awaiting her arrival is wildlife TV presenter and author Miranda Krestovnikov. Miranda's one of the original presenters of the BBC nature programme Coast.
Good girl. Come on in.
She's also a roving wildlife reporter on The One Show.
Bring it here.
A keen upcycler herself, she is very excited about Sarah's arrival.
Drop it. Good girl.
Sort of excited and slightly terrified. We're having some building work done at the moment, so the place is an absolute tip, but I'm sure she'll find something exciting and go, wow, that's going to be amazing. So I think there's quite a lot of stuff lying around that she'll probably quite like.
Two celebrities with a love of the great outdoors. But will Sarah match Jay in the search for two transformable trash items?
Hi there.
really well. Nice to see you.
Come on in.
Thank you. Your dog is just so sweet.
Miranda's home was originally built in the 1930s and was derelict when she and her husband Nick bought the place 12 years ago. It's now home to their 2 children, along with German Shepherd Nanook. Oh, sorry, we'll keep the noise down.
So, sitting
Lovely room, isn't it?
Yeah, very
Really
light.
beautiful.
Yeah, we're very lucky we face the sun.
I see you bring your work home.
I just love collecting weird stuff to do with animals. And also, if I do talks to children, it's really fun to say, and this is a mammoth bone, and this is a deer antler or something. So, yeah, that is a mammoth bone. And feel the weight of this. That's a molar from a mammoth, and that's a small one. So imagine having a sort of mouth full of teeth like that.
That's quite frightening.
You'd soon get sick to the back teeth with a mouthful of those.
Well, this room is beautiful, but clearly there's not much in here that's going to be leaving
I'm
the room.
really
but-
sorry. Yeah, I do have a couple of tricks up my sleeve, so come this way.
Brilliant, thank you.
Heading outside, Miranda has a hideaway shipping container full of old cast-offs, though I'm not sure how you get that up your sleeve.
Come on in.
Oh, the Aladdin's cave.
It really is, yeah. We've this is sort of 10 years of junk and building materials and stuff that it's gonna go one day, but you're welcome to pretty much anything you can find in here.
Sarah can't pass up an opportunity for a really good rummage. No, don't sit down.
Could be good.
Lots to look at, but nothing to be found. But all is not lost. Miranda has an idea.
So there's this beautiful old bench, and there's a bit of story behind this one. So the last but one house that we bought, this was in the garden when we bought that house, but I mean it's just been sitting there.
It's actually a really beautiful thing. I mean, the fact that somebody took the time to design something so beautiful that may have just been in a park or something, I think it makes it really special, and you can tell it's heavyweight, and it's definitely got some age to it, hasn't it?
If you can make something really special out of it, you're very welcome to it.
Well, that's thrown down the gauntlet, hasn't it? I
Yeah.
love a challenge.
On the condition that you make something really, really good, you can have it. No pressure.
To rescue that and revamp it, I'd love to.
Could be exciting, couldn't it?
I'm like that
Yeah.
shallow. You can tell immediately, can't you? Yes, give me your pen.
you got excited about it, so yeah, that would be good. I'd like to see what you could do with that.
Sarah's first item is the wobbly garden seat.
Well, look at that. What a beautiful bench. Miranda might not be keen on doing it up, but I think it's a challenge I just can't wait to take on.
We're up and running. But what will she do with that old thing? Back in southeast London, having thoroughly searched Danny's flat, Jay still has one item to find, and there's just one last place to look.
So you've got some goodies in there for me, yeah?
I've got some goodies in here for you. I think you're going to be very impressed. Not a lot.
With limited storage space inside his flat, Danny rents a storage unit a short distance away.
Oh, God, blimey. I see something straight away. Ooh. Like that. What's that?
This is a headboard.
Oh, it's a headboard.
Yeah, but you can't have that, I'm afraid.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so put your eyes away.
Oh, man. Well, all right, what about that? Is that part of the headboard as well?
What, this?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the end bit, that's the headboard.
OK.
Yeah, the gardening stuff, obviously, you can't take, but there's a lawnmower there. You know, you can take it.
Welcome
if
to
you
the
like.
lawnmower.
You're very welcome to it, yeah.
OK.
Don't be too enthusiastic, Jay. Keep looking. I'm sure you'll find something else.
Is that a strimmer?
That's a strimmer.
What's it sitting on?
It's sitting on a table.
Sitting on a table, is that
Yes,
what that is?
yeah, sitting on a table.
Right.
The story behind that is that's a table I couldn't get in a flat because the legs won't come off. It's been made in one piece.
Right.
So you're quite welcome to have it.
A solid pine table that, luckily for Jay, wouldn't fit in Danny's flat. Time to dig it out. Shouldn't be a problem for a gardener.
It's quite a bit here, isn't
Yeah,
there?
it's quite a bit.
Jay, it's just the table we're taking. Jay, come back.
It's got so much gardening stuff. It's unbelievable.
At last.
That's a solid bit of table, isn't it?
It's lovely, isn't it? I must admit, I really like it.
It's strong as well. It's had all of that on top of there.
Yep. So you know it's going to last.
Well, one consolation. I'll take this off your hands because you said I can have it.
Yeah, you
which
can
is very
have it.
kind.
Yeah.
And I'll move all this stuff back.
How's that? I'll see you later.
Right.
I'll be down the pub.
Jay's found his second item, a solid pine table.
Wow, what's not to love about a tried and tested table? Solid as a rock, all it needs now is a little bit of creativity, and then it's ready to go again. I'm so happy with this one.
Bravo, Jay.
Nice
Jake.
one for having me.
It's great meeting you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can make great use of the stuff that you've taken from me today.
You gave it to me.
Oh, did I?
Yes,
okay,
you did.
then.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the end product.
OK.
And you'll be back shortly, I take it.
Of course I will.
Great. Take
All
care.
right.
Take care, mate.
All right. Be
See
lucky.
you. Yeah, and you.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes back with. I mean, it makes my mind boggle, because I think the guy's very imaginative, and I'm sure he's going to put an interesting twist on the items that he's taken away today.
Jay's hunt is over. He's taken Danny's dad's rocking chair and the pine kitchen table. What's he going to do with them? Who knows? Back in Somerset, Sarah is still searching for a second item.
Can you do anything with a futon?
I'm sure there are things that could be done with it, but I'm wondering if you've got stuff that's really broken.
Not the futon, then.
Not the
I thought you'd go for the futon.
She's already laid claim to the wobbly seat, so there's just one more item to find.
Kitchen.
Wow.
Where we spend all our time.
I was going to say, is this the heart of the home? And
It
you
is
look
the heart
and
of the home.
see a room like this and you just think you've got to be spending
Well, we
time in.
we sit around the table and you can look out into the garden and the pond and there's loads of wildlife out there. I'm a very outdoor person as well. I'd spend my life outdoors if I could, so we try and bring as much of that into the house as possible.
Miranda has one last thing that she thinks might be worth checking out.
There's this, which, I mean, it's an old door. There was a big workshop here when we moved in and obviously we just took it off, but it's just used to protect the wood underneath, to keep it all dry. I don't know if it's rotten, though. Maybe some of it has gone. That's probably gone, but certainly a couple of the planks seem to be OK, but...
Should we risk it? I mean, it looks right.
Well, we
for
could pick it
saving.
up and see if it falls apart. OK. Wow. So, yeah, that middle timber's gone, hasn't it?
The bits on it that are looking solid should be reusable. The hinges are great. The door furniture is beautiful. So if you're not going to do anything with it, I'd love to try and save it.
If you can lift it out of here in one piece, you can have it.
May I?
You want it? Yeah, OK.
I'd love it. Thank you. Pop it back down.
Oh, that's surely a death's door. What is she thinking?
Is that profit knocking? I'm not sure, because this door is just in a terrible state. But there are some elements about it that are absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to take the best bits and I'm going to give this just one last chance. Thank you for today.
It's been really fun. I've had a really good time.
I never thought I'd end up in your laurel bush, but that was one of the best bits for me. Thanks
wait.
so much.
Take care.
Bye. Are you coming with me? Come on then.
She completely surprised me with the things that she liked. The things I thought she might take, she wasn't that interested in. So it's going to be quite exciting, I think, when she comes back.
Sarah's picked a rickety park bench and a discarded old door. Well, will she be able to transform her chosen trash into treasure? In a rainy Wolverhampton, Jay's about to start work on Danny's old rocking chair. So, what's the plan, Jay?
Got this rocking chair from Danny. I love rocking chairs, but this one is brown. Now, there's nothing wrong with brown, but it's a bit dated. What I'm intending to do with this is give it a zing and a pop. Add some modernisation to it, but also adding that Danny twist to it.
Ah, that good old zing pop Danny twist.
First things first, I'm planning to upholster the seat and also the back. But what I need to do first is take the chair apart to see what I'm working with.
Danny's rocking chair is actually a model known as the Bentwood Rocker, and it's claimed the style originated in Austria in the mid-19th century.
For me, this is my favourite bit. It's picking the fabric. So here, you've got brown against brown. Doesn't really work. Now, if I was to pick something that was lighter, that contrast just works. Got some lovely birds on there, or lovely grey. That works sometimes. Or even, look at that red. That's popping. But for me, and a link back to Danny, because he's a gardener, look at that. And that is so cool. Definitely have to use flowers, because he's a gardener.
Before Jay can recover the seat, the old material has to be removed. To comply with fire safety regulations, the old foam is replaced and a layer of Dacron is glued to the top.
So what Dacron is, it gives you that extra bit of comfort, that nice little layer, so when you sit down, it's nice and cosy.
When upholstering, tension is everything. I don't mean being on edge. I mean how taut the fabric is pulled across the surface of the seat.
So that's all done now. And normally what I like to do is have a little bit of something different on the back. So I'm obviously going to go for a contrast, and I'm going for a yellow. And the yellow is in the same fabric, but against the brown, I think that's just going to look awesome. Yeah, that's the one.
And in a moment of inspiration, Jay spotted another opportunity.
I'm going to be spraying this, which is part of the chair. And I'm going to be spraying it in a beautiful, vibrant orange, which is inspired by Danny's lamp in his flat. Let's get going, eh?
For the pièce de résistance, a splash of subtle neon orange. I do hope you know what you're doing, Jay. Jay spent £42.07 on the fabric, foam and spray paint. If his enthusiasm is anything to go by, this chair will be rocking again in no time, provided he can put it all back together again. While Jay does what he does best, Danny's table has made it to East London, ready for its very own makeover. And who better to take it on than Daniel Heath? Daniel has a passion for all things salvaged and sustainable. He's an award-winning wallpaper designer who loves adding an artistic flair to bespoke furniture.
My style is quite illustrative. There's always a lot of drawing in my work, whether it's going onto textiles or to wallpaper or onto surfaces or furniture. Yeah, it's not really work, it is my passion, it is my life. I think anyone who makes anything has to try and live it. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Well, he's committed, but I reckon this table's going to put him to the test.
Hello, Jay, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Daniel? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, I'm good.
Jay's calling to agree a plan of action.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right,
I think it's going well.
okay, great.
Well, I'm glad that's sorted. So, what's the plan?
Jay had mentioned this idea about making it look different when it's set than when it's unset, which I think is fun. So what I've got is I've got a just an enamel bowl, and I'm just going to lay these out just for a guide and see if it works.
Jay's nifty idea is to screen print onto the tabletop. He wants the pattern to include the place settings as part of the design. Daniel has already cleverly covered the top of the table with plain brown paper, which allows him to draw without damaging the surface.
Don't know whether I'm going to do something geometric on this or do something nature-based. I'm quite into kind of natural things at the moment. But obviously it's more complicated to do that with a stencil. So I'm just going to try drawing a few basic ideas.
Judging from these leaves, I'd say we're starting with the nature-based idea.
I think I've got my mind set on doing some stenciling instead of creating a dedicated silk screen. I'll still screen print the ink through, but the actual pattern will be hand cut out of a stencil, so it'll be a complete one-off.
Nice floral design, but you know what I think would finish it off? A little bit of fruit.
I'm just drawing some lemons.
As always, a step ahead of me, Daniel. But isn't that a lime?
So they look like limes because I'm using the green pen, but that's just so that I can differentiate between the lemons and all the foliage that I've drawn, because the lemons are going to be a different colour, they're going to be yellow.
Brilliant idea. Jay and Daniel agreed a budget of £280 to turn around Danny's old table. But when they come to sell it, will that leafy design prove that money really does grow on trees? With Jay's items well underway, in West Sussex, it's time for Sarah to turn her attention to Miranda's old garden bench.
Well, it's a super chunky garden bench. It's old and it's just not fit for purpose anymore. And I'd really like to give it a kind of update that will bring it in from the cold and make it into something you have inside that is luxurious, welcoming and beautiful. First job, take it apart.
What Sarah's actually hoping to make from this rotten old bench is an upholstered seat suitable for use inside.
Guess what? They're really tight. They are going to be all rusted on, I can tell already.
Do we have a plan B? A saw, perhaps?
I don't think this is working. Oh, Bramble.
I don't think she's going to help. Having eventually dismantled the bench, it's time to reveal its old green paint.
It's going to be a fine line, exposing as much of that green as possible, but leaving the lovely patina of the bench. We certainly don't want to make it look new.
Oh no, that would be wrong.
Just want to check how it's going to look. I've got a little bit of clear wax on here. It's made it really bright. The wax has just sealed in all of that lovely colour. Just means that if it's in somebody's house, they can dust it. It'll be clean. Nice to live with.
Not all of the original wood turned out to be rotten, so some of it can be reused once Sarah's cut it to size. To put the bench back together, all that's left to do is drill some new holes for the bolts. And voila!
Oh, that looks really sweet.
It is sweet, Sarah, but isn't that just like the bench, but a bit smaller?
Right, upholstery time. Fireproof calico, very important.
As well as fireproof calico, Sarah's wrapping the salvage slats with upholstery foam filling, so at least it might be comfy.
Is this going to work? No idea. I'm actually going to upholster each slat individually because I want it to look cool, but I also want it to look reminiscent of an old garden bench.
I don't think you've got any problems there, Sarah.
Think it's going to work.
Well, let's hope so. Sarah spent £100 on materials to convert the bench into an indoor mini bench, otherwise known as a chair, I suppose. With Sarah taking care of the garden bench, it's time for Miranda's other item, the large wooden door, to receive some love and attention. And who better to lavish that love on a mouldy old door than E.J. Osborne. Woodworking warrior E.J. uses simple tools and traditional methods to create handmade utensils and furniture that will stand the test of time and become more beautiful with age. Like myself.
So what I do is mainly obsession, lots of love and a little bit of a job. Yeah, and a lot of fun. I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this. I think this is all I ever want to do, and I can't possibly imagine a life where I don't make stuff.
EJ loves a challenge, but will the door that Sarah's salvaged be a step too far?
Oh my goodness. Oh, what have we got here? It's a really old, rather rotten door. Hello?
EJ, hi, it's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah, how are you?
Yeah, really well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just standing here looking at the massive door. Sarah, what is this?
You were right first time, EJ. It's a massive, rotten old door. But Sarah has a few ideas.
Well, that may not work.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure EJ has something special up his sleeve.
I'd better get cracking, Sarah, because there's a lot to be done.
Okay, brilliant. We'll catch up soon.
All right, bye. Bye. So I'm going to make a dressing screen, and I'm going to chop all that wood up, and I'm going to use it as decorations in the style of shingles.
Wooden shingles are thin tapered pieces of wood, usually used to cover roofs and walls of buildings. First things first, all those rusty nails need to be removed, as well as the metalwork, which is carefully taken off to be reused.
As these are bracket hinges, they have these lovely ready-made holes. Somehow, I think I may make some kind of rack. Something through here, going across, like a pole, maybe. You can take your clothes off and hang them over. These I'm going to use if it kills me.
Having taken the door to pieces and discarded all the rotten bits, EJ's left with a surprising amount of usable timber, which, given a light sanding and cut into manageable lengths, is then sliced thinly, ready to make into the shingles.
Look at that. Oh my goodness. You see, I thought that the inside was going to be less interesting than the outside, but actually, not only is it fresh and clean, but it's a woodworker's dream.
If you say so, EJ. Sarah's agreed a budget of £150 for EJ to create his glamorous dressing screen. But with lots still to do, will he be able to bring it in on budget? In Wolverhampton, it's time to catch up with Jay and discover what's become of Danny's dad's old rocking chair.
What I had was an old brown rocking chair that wasn't being used. And what I've done is I've added a hint of me with a touch of Danny and a splash of colour.
When Jay found the chair, its rocking days were over. But now, Jay's bold design has brought this old rocker centre stage. The modern floral fabric complements the original wood, which, after a buff and polish, has given it a sophisticated update. A splash of neon orange accentuates the curvaceous design, and a hint of yellow on the back brings real personality. But will it have buyers flocking to snap it up?
It's looking beautiful.
Well, I'm glad you think so, Jay. You've just got to find somebody else who thinks so too. And that someone is the owner of Complete Lighting and Living in Essex, Amanda.
I really love Jay's rocking chair and I think we'll sell it really quickly.
That's great news. Jay's first item is sold. But how much profit has he made? In the East End of London, Jay's second item, Danny's redundant dining table, was left with Daniel. Well, at least we know it's been dusted down.
I'm here to pick up Danny's table from Daniel. I had a few out there ideas. I wonder if he's done them or if he's come up with his own.
I had fun with this table. It came to me and there wasn't really a lot we could do to take it away from being what it was, but we could add some fun and some colour. I don't think it's going to be what he expected, but we'll see his reaction when he arrives.
Danny's table was a solid but dull piece of furniture when Jay rescued it from storage. Take a look at that though, it's certainly anything but dull. Daniel has sanded down the original surfaces, painted on a geometric design in pastel shades and given the table a light, bright, energetic vibe.
Oh, okay. Now that's a party. How you doing, sir?
Yeah,
You've had fun with this one, haven't you?
It's an ice cream.
What kind of ice cream is that?
You know, you're on holiday in Mexico.
Okay,
Having a good time.
Never mind the dancing, Daniel. What happened to the floral design you promised?
Yeah, we had a bit of a disaster. I had sort of an organic vine pattern that I was drawing on it, and we cut it all out with stencil, printed it, and it just didn't look right.
Okay.
It just looked too boring.
What it does is it makes me smile. And that's good. I think furniture's supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And
unapologetically fun.
The other thing is, have we come in on budget then?
We have, yeah. The budget was 280, and we, you know, it was just a lot of sanding, but it was fine, and you know, we had to buy the paints and things, but yeah, good.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. I'm sorted. All right.
Great.
I'm going to see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. I'm glad Jay found the fun in that piece and knew that we were just trying to do something that was fun, and I hope it brings someone some joy anyway. So it's good.
See, now that's what it's all about, having fun. If you're not having fun, there's something wrong. And Daniel definitely achieved that with that table. Wasn't what I was expecting, but it's everything what I wanted.
Jay was quick to get the fun Mexican-themed table online. As soon as the pictures were posted, he had a buyer all lined up. And where else would a Mexican-themed table be more at home than a Mexican-themed restaurant in Mexican-sounding Guildford? Owner Miguel couldn't be more pleased.
Absolutely love the table. I think it's really nice the fact that it's colourful, it's big, it fits up to 6 people. So I think it's just really going to bring a lot of people in to sit down and eat all together.
I do like a happy ending. Jay's done his sums, and it's time to let Danny know how he got on with his rocking chair and table.
I wasn't surprised by the items he took away because he's got beady eyes and I think he wanted to take away everything. And, you know, I was happy for him to take the rocking chair and I was happy for him to take the table. And I'm really looking forward to see what he's going to do with them.
I hope Danny's partial to Mexican influences. Otherwise, this could be a bit awkward.
Hi, Jay.
How you doing, Danny?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm very good.
Come on in.
All right, mate. How you been, Danny?
I've been keeping very well.
Yeah?
How about you?
I've been as busy as a bumblebee in the summer, mate.
I like that. I like that.
I thought you
Pleased
might.
to hear it.
So, do you remember your
Oh,
rocking
wow.
chair?
Yes.
Oh, this used to be your father's rocking chair, if I'm not mistaken.
Used to be my father's rocking chair. Do you know what? I really like that. You've done a great job. I like it.
So I'm pleased to tell you that I've sold this one, and I've got a profit of 182.93 pence.
Wow.
For you,
Brilliant.
just for the rocking chair. The other item you gave us was your table.
Wow. Do you know what I like about that?
What?
Because you've been adventurous.
Yeah. The colours are just, oh. I'm pleased to tell you that we've sold this table as well. So, with the two together, you've got a combined profit of 252.93 pence.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And I've got to get it out of my pocket before I walk away with it, because you won't get your furniture back, but you'll get the money. And I'll give you the shrapnel.
Give me the shrapnel as well.
What are you going to do with the money? Which charity is it going to?
Well, the money's going to the brain tumour charity.
All right.
Yeah. Well, basically, I had a sister who died from a brain tumour a few years ago. So I just thought it'd be a nice gesture to give it to there.
Now, sir, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure seeing you again. And you've done a grand job.
You take care, and I'll see you soon.
See you again.
All right,
Take
mate.
care.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye. I tell you what, he's done a fantastic job. I'm really impressed. And I'm a little bit envious, actually, because I wish I could have thought of those ideas myself.
Jay was able to sell the dining table for £350. With Daniel's costs taken off, it left a profit of £70. The rocking chair sold for £225 minus Jay's spend. It gave him a profit of £182.93. Added together, Danny has a total of £252.93 to donate to the Brain Tumour charity in memory of his sister. With Jay having successfully raised money for a great cause, it's Sarah's turn to impress, as she managed to turn Miranda's old rickety garden bench into an upholstered beauty.
I think it looks lovely, but I really like pink and green. Have to see what you think.
When Sarah claimed the old garden bench, it was rickety, rusty and ready for the dump. But now, it's a cut-down and compact beauty. By shortening the salvageable wooden slats, Sarah's created a single-seater that's a perfect fit for a space indoors. The rough aesthetic of the original metalwork contrasts with Sarah's selection of fabrics. The graduating shades of pink and fetching florals give a softer, homely edge. And a layer of wax has sealed in the patina and original paintwork. It's unique, but will the buyers love it?
Well, there aren't many of these around, are there? And I'm not sure that's a good thing, because I think there might be a bit of a trend here. The lovely padded bench. It's got some lovely floral fabric, it's got a bit of charm, and I hope somebody else is going to really like it and give it a proper home.
Time to take a few snaps to advertise it online. Having achieved a new benchmark in garden furniture upholstery, will it be snapped up? And will there be any profit to return to Miranda? With work on the garden bench complete, Sarah's in Frome to catch up with EJ and see how he got on with the big old rotten door.
I'm really excited for Sarah to arrive. I really hope she's going to like this. Spent quite a lot of time on making something that was completely rotten and riddled with nails into something that's really lovely and usable. So hopefully she'll like it.
Well, I'm here to see EJ and to find out about that big old door. I'm really excited because it had some potential, but I reckon EJ's had a real task.
A rotten old door full of nails and found in undergrowth may not be everyone's idea of raw material. But for EJ, it's a match made in heaven. Somehow he's managed to use every bit of salvageable timber to create this classy dressing screen. Sanding, sawing and slicing each plank to reveal a unique wood grain pattern that he could arrange in a shingle mosaic. The original hand-forged metalwork was rescued and put to good use, finishing the whole thing off with a creative hanging rail.
EJ? Is that it?
That is it.
Oh my God, that is
Hi.
amazing.
How are you?
I'm a lot better now. Talk me through it, OK? So how much of it is door and how much of it have you added to it, or...?
So my theory, when in doubt, when it's really bad, let's just slice it all up. So that's exactly what I did.
I didn't expect such a contemporary, lovely-looking thing. It's fantastic. Can I look around the back?
Yeah, come and see this.
OK.
This is the extra, ta-da!
Oh,
So
wow.
a little branch hanging rack for a towel or some clothes or something like that.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I mean, was it a nightmare?
Well, mainly, I spent most of my time plucking out nails, and here's a very few of very many that I plucked out.
Because they're so corroded, they look like they'd have been an absolute nightmare to get out.
They're so old that when you... these are good ones, but when you pluck them out, they're very corroded.
Yeah, they're all snapping off.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to hand those back to you, if you want to recycle those, that's great.
It looks like EJ's nailed it this time, but with only £150 to play with, has he nailed the budget too?
Luckily, I like plucking out nails. I find it very relaxing. That's what I've spent most of my time doing.
OK.
But yes, budget, bang on.
I think that is a very special piece of furniture for that budget, so I really appreciate you doing that. Cannot wait to see where it ends up.
Don't you just love it when a plan comes together?
I'm really, really happy that Sarah's happy. It was really, really challenging, but it was really, really fun as well, and I'm absolutely over the moon that she loves it. So, yeah, really happy.
Well, that is a fantastic thing to pick up. I literally couldn't imagine anything better happening to that old oak door. EJ has totally nailed it.
I've already done that gag. Not only has EJ created the screen, but he's only gone and sold it as well to a regular client of his. With a pocket full of cash, Sarah's back just outside Bristol to show Miranda what became of the garbage from her garden.
I'm so excited to see what she's done with these items. I mean, ever since she left, actually, I've been really sort of poring over in my mind about what she's transformed them into. I bet she's done something really amazing and creative, so very, very excited.
Amazing and creative. You could say that. I've got everything crossed for you, Sarah.
Hello again, how are you? Great to see you.
Really well, how are you doing?
Come on in, show me what you've got.
Oh, I'm a bit nervous.
Right, moment of truth.
Well, you certainly get the prize for having the heaviest rubbish.
Oh, I'm so pleased. Is that the only prize?
I think it might be a game of two halves, actually. I've got pictures of both of them to show you, but first of all, the bench. I thought it might be a nice idea to bring it in from the cold.
Wow. Oh my
goodness me.
It's been turned into...
You know, I hate pink, don't you?
When I walked in here, I just thought, no pink anywhere, is there? No, it's like, I either love or I hate it.
I really hate pink, and I hate flowery things, but it's fabulous.
So that's actually been sold to a lady who owns a boat, and it's made £125 profit.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
I didn't think that would be up your street, but what I'm going to show you next, it's a beautiful dressing screen. It's reused all of the ironwork that's on it. And... yeah.
That is stunning. No, I would definitely have that in our house. Can I pay you for it if you sold it already?
EJ actually shared pictures of it when he'd made it, and it sold on his social media with a £250 profit. So I have got £375 here for you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm so delighted that they've both become really beautiful pieces as well.
I don't even have to ask you, where's that going to go then?
Well, this is going to Marine Conservation Society, and they're doing amazing work, so many different things, protecting the waters around our coastlines. Thank you so, so much.
Well, brilliant. I'm so pleased you like the results one way or the other, and it was lovely to catch up.
Yeah.
I think I got away with the bench.
You did. Bye. Both of the items have become really, really beautiful things, and I'm very excited, actually, very, very excited. But yeah, the screen is utterly beautiful and something I would dearly love to have in my own house. It's amazing. They've done such a great job.
Sarah sold the revamped garden bench for £225. Taking off the cost of materials, that left a profit of £125. EJ's wooden dressing screen sold for an impressive £400. Minus his costs gives a profit of £250. Altogether, Miranda has £375 to hand over to the Marine Conservation Society. Sarah and Jay saved 4 bits of celebrity junk. With the help of some of the best and brightest designers in the country, they've all been provided with a new lease of life.
Well, with the superb help of EJ and Daniel.
We've managed to salvage 4 unwanted items and give them a new lease of life.
And send some much-needed money to 2 very worthy charities.